Hi, I'm Seamless, and today is Friday, which means it's time for a new how to bass tutorial. And today I'm actually going to do it, and I'm also going to show you how to make this sound. This one was fun. I just had the idea. I wanted to see, using FM, what kind of sounds I can make using only sine waves. And I did. I have 6 operators, and they're all sine waves. Various pitches and whatnot, but it's kind of just whatever. This was a super duper, just like random ass sound. Like when I made this sound, I really wasn't, it's going to be weird, so be warned. There's a Maximus and an EQ in post. Without that, this is what it sounds like. So not a tremendous difference, but still, you know. Compression is good. If you look at the citrus here, well, if we're not like familiar enough with what the matrix means when we look at it, there's a whole lot of inner FM going on down here, but there's also a bunch of them going into the filter, and it's not just operator 1. Normally, when I'm using FM, I usually just FM the hell out of the first operator with a huge chain of other operators, and then the operator 1 is the one that's going out. In this case, I decided to see what would happen if I had other operators coming out as well. And the reason why this worked is because a lot of these oscillators are FMing a whole bunch of other oscillators. So like operator 2 is operating on FM1, operating on FM operator 1, but it's an octave higher than the original operator. So it's 1 octave higher. Operator 3 is back at a regular range, but it's FMing operator 2. So it's essentially making operator 2 as if it were operator at the regular level as well, pitch-wise. Operator 4 isn't FMing anything. Oh, it's FMing operator 5. Derp. Operator 4 is FMing operator 5, but operator 5 is FMing operator 3. And then operator 6 is FMing operator 4. So lots of weirdness. So operator 6 can go into 4. 4 is going into 5. 5 is going into 3. 3 is going into 2. 2 is going into 1. So it's really, it's still just a big chain going in operator 1, but I have stages coming out of it. So here's just 1 by itself. Here's 3. Here's 5. They're both obviously not the main sound, but they add to kind of like give it a little extra edge to it. And like it's also worth pointing out that those are the sounds that we're hearing. That's the sound that's actually operating on operator number 1. But note that I'm not automating anything on the front page. I have unison going on. I have 5 voices unison without the unison. So that sounds like, and it's all distorted because I have distortion on in the filter. Nothing else is happening in the filter but distortion. This is what it sounds like without distortion. Now, what is all this automation we're looking at? Well, this is only 5 operators. Oh yeah, that's right, because operator 1, that wouldn't make any sense. So whenever I talk about like how FM works, one of the things that I talk about is the idea that in order to change the intensity of FM, ostensibly what this knob does inside the matrix, you change it by changing the volume of the modulating operator. So if I wanted to change how much FM is going to operator 1, I would change the volume of operator 2. So what I did, since these guys are all into FMing everybody, I just automated all of their volume all their volume knobs, because there is a volume knob on each operator. If you didn't notice that, there's one right there. Now the thing about this knob is that this knob isn't 100 to 0; it's 100 to negative 100. So when I automate this, if I wanted to make it like a little bit more sensible, what I would do is in terms of just like 0 FM to max FM, I would have 0 be the center value, and I would go into here and make the minimum value to be center, so that I would actually be doing that. But I actually kept it to be the bipolar mode, which is what it's called, where it's 100 to the negative 100. And this is so that like it doesn't matter really what polarity they're in now, because if I automate past the center point going down, then it's going up again, but it's going up in a negative polarity, which it's not super important to worry about what that matters. It's just telling you what I did. I didn't really do that for any one reason. I honestly was doing it because I was kind of lazy. I didn't want to make the min-max value work for every individual automation clip. And so I just automated polarities. Bipolar automation for volume. And as far as like what volume automation I'm doing to make what like modulation is happening, a lot about what's going on in these two, I basically did it backwards. Here's 6 and they're all enabled all the way down to 2, but 2 is the one that's going right in the operator 1, and that's the one that we're really hearing. The other ones, that the 3 and the 5 that are coming out into the filter as well, they're there, but they're a bit lower. So the primary modulation is really coming out of operator 2, but we still hear it, because even though like this is sort of the thing that's happening, we still hear the other operators still happen because of the fact that we have more than one operator coming out. And then unison. This is just here to kind of screw with it. I have pretty regular voice amount, like pitch depth wise, and then like really small phase, so that it all starts together, and we get that sort of slow cascading phase cancellation. Then that got maximized, and then EQ. The EQ is largely just sort of stuff you'd see for like your standard kind of grease-based sort of thing, like 500 hertz, big hit down, and some things in the higher frequencies that would come down as well. The EQ I did after I did Maximus. Like I did Maximus first because I wanted to hear that, and I just realized I didn't turn the distortion back on. Derp. But it's not half bad without it. Like Maximus is doing a little bit of distortion, but just by the virtue of the fact that it's compressing really, really fast. At least for some parts. For the mid and the highs, they're pretty regular, I guess. And then on Master, the attack and the animation delay, which is basically the attack for the three mid bands. It's not literally attack. It's basically look ahead delay, which you might be thinking, oh my god, isn't that what ahead means? No, it does not. But if you're using the latest version of like the latest beta FL12, they actually renamed it to say sustain to prevent this confusion. I'm really happy about that. It's just crunchy because of like how much I'm pushing up on these guys here. I was pushing up harder on the highs a second ago. But that's a bit too much for my taste. But hey, if you want to do that, you may absolutely do that, and you can do that because the FLP for this track, the FLP for this, it'll be available in the description of this video that you can download, and it'll be great. So yeah, it was a lot of fun screwing around just to see if I could make something out of only sine waves. It turns out you totally can. If you have any questions about this, please let me know. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And as usual, have a nice day.